Hello and welcome to a special content from us here at NoEqual. We are doing something a little bit different. This is not a review, this is not a quick review, but we are talking about this. This is a Lotus 311. It's a track day car. It has no roof, as you can see, and it's really special. See, I just got a shotgun ride in this, and it was quite raw and brutal, as you can imagine. But as you can see, this is way above my pay grade and I couldn't drive it. So we're gonna welcome the guy who drove it. This is Annihilate.
Hi guys, I'm Ahmed Haris and I drove the 311 today on the NoEqual track day and I took Daniel out on a shotgun drive.
So, Amir, Lotus 311. What is this car? What is it even a car? Is it a toy? What is it about?
Lotus 311 is basically a no-door speedster, zero-door speedster. It's based on the Exige V6 platform, but as we all know, Lotus have been using their platforms and chassis ever since the Lotus Elise S1. So this is basically a chassis derived from the Elise S1. Right from the engine department, we have the engine 2GRFE, derived from the 3.5 V6 engine you find in the high-spec Velfires. But that is also rebuilt and retuned by the Lotus way, so it's producing around 430 horsepower. And this car weighs around 930 kilograms.
So, is it supercharged?
Yep, it is also supercharged. That's one thing I forgot to mention. Supercharged engine from a Velfire, as you can know, because it's quite a compact and small engine to fit in the chassis that we have here.
I see. So, some people might look at this and say this is an Elise or an Exige without a roof.
Yeah.
Is it exactly what it is, or is it something completely different from that?
To me, as you can see, it's a completely different car. You have no windshield, you have no doors, you have nothing. It's basically a formula car for the road. Just because it is from the same platform as the Exige V6, actually the wheelbase is also a bit extended. So by that, to me, it made the car a bit less nimble, but because of the weight that has been reduced with the windshield and all, it made the car a lot more, a different feeling, a formula car feeling basically, especially with the wind gushing down your face. But other than that, it's a visceral car to drive.
So we roughly know the car is not really a car, it's quite a special thing, it's quite a toy in fact. But what is it like to drive on track? So we know that you've driven an F4 car before,
yeah,
and you've done your Go-Karts and
yeah,
whatnot. So how do you compare this to a Go-Kart or an F4?
To be honest, the driving basics of Formula 4 and Go-Kart is very similar. They go hand to hand. And with this car, it definitely feels like a Formula 4 car or a Go-Kart. It's basically a Go-Kart for the road. Like, if you know, people always praise the Elise S1 as the lightweight machine. Well, this is, maybe 200 kilos heavier, but then it has 300 horsepower more. So this is basically a Formula car for the road. And to me, the feeling is not that much difference. It's just that you have a passenger seat by the side and you're not sitting in the middle. But then other than that, the feeling, even my braking points and the lines that I take is very much similar to the Formula cars I've driven.
I see. So you've driven this on track, and yes, you say it's pretty much like a Go-Kart,
yeah,
and pretty much like a two-seater F4 car. But what is it like to drive on the road?
So the only reason this car is road legal in Malaysia is because Lotus Malaysia has proposed a plan to JPJ and what have you, all the authorities, so that owners of this car in Malaysia, well, there's two of them here in Malaysia, have to wear a helmet, which is compulsory. So if you're spotted outside not wearing a helmet, then you can get thrown into jail. So that's the only reason why it's road legal. And how you can daily this is that it's basically just an Exige with the top off. There's no windshield, and when the rain comes, it comes. So yeah.
I know it's road legal, but are you saying it's daily?
Yeah, you can take it to school, take it to anywhere you want. Even drive to Haya if you want.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow,
3 times.
That's incredible though. Without the roof?
Yeah.
Yikes. What is it like to drive, and especially in a hot day like this? Isn't it a bit, painful? Isn't it a bit of a hassle?
To be honest, on track, it was quite a deja vu experience because it reminded me of the days when I was racing Formula 4.
I see.
So it was just something like, muscle memory, You memorize everything from that experience. So yeah, it was not a brand new experience for me.
I see. So I got to ride shotgun with him just now in this car, and it was a very raw and brutal experience. I've never had something like that in my whole life. What was the time that we did?
When you were in the car, we went 2 or 3 seconds slower, so I was taking it easy. But then on the shakedown, on the lap that I did myself was around 2 to 4. And we're on the tires that came from the factory. So the next round we'll go on newer tires, newer rubber, and we'll see. I want to go below 220s.
So with a better driver, it's 220 then?
Yeah, definitely, I guess, unfortunately.
Okay, so what is your personal thought about this car? What do you think about it?
To be honest, I've had my Lotus experiences as well. As you know, I've also driven an Elise S1, Elise S2. But to me, the Lotus V6s, when they have the V6 engines, when they start having the V6 engines, the rear gets so heavy and it becomes like you are driving a 911 GT model because all the weight is transferred to the rear and the front is so light. And as you know, as you can see in the Lotus 311, they try to minimize the weight difference from the front and back. They have all the cooling on the front. So you see these two big fans and there's a lot more things going on here. So they try so hard to do that, but then the balance is not the same as it is in the Elise S1 or Elise S2 when they have the Toyota 1ZZ or 2ZZ engines or even the Rover K series. So to me, I think, I guess I wouldn't want to say that it's not the best Lotus, but I would enjoy the 211 much more, which they have the 2ZZ engine.
How many looks do you get driving this round?
Well, we break necks. That's a definite. We break necks. People start to take out their phones and take pictures. So it's basically like a new norm when you got the car.
I'm pretty sure if you drove a red Ferrari, an orange Lamborghini, and this petrol
this
station,
will take the spotlight.
Well, you can see the car is not that tall. It's quite low to the ground, and there's no roof. And considering the roof line is about here, can you get through parking gates and tolls for free then?
I mean, that's not something that we want to say for public because maybe we do it sometimes. Nah, I'm just joking. But we can go through the gates, but to reach out for the touch and go cart, when you want to pass, then you have to stand up on the seat literally.
I see.
So it's quite a hassle.
Shopping malls ban all 311s. Good car though. The Lotus 311 may look like an Elise with the roof chopped off, but underneath it all, it is in fact a bona fide open-wheel race car. While it isn't as glamorous as an Italian supercar, I assure you that there isn't anything else on the road that can give you a similar experience, well, legally at least. It was raw, brutal, and definitely entertaining. It may just possibly be the best taxi ride of my life.